All right, what's going on, everybody? Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. We got a bunch to go over in today's video. So kicking things off from an original tweet from Barry Silberts over at Digital Currency Group. I almost forgot where he's from. So he says here, I can't wait to retweet this when Zcash is at 1,500 bucks. So I tried searching this tweet because this is a screenshot I did from a YouTube video back in 2022 and I couldn't find it, but I did put that tweet in my thumbnail. But when I search my previous tweets with the eyeball Zcash 2022, we can see that he deleted the tweet. Now maybe it's still there and Twitter's just being weird, but very strange to tweet that and potentially delete it. So if you guys find it, just let me know. But I just wanted to bring that up because in this market, keep in mind we just had like over $300 million in liquidations over the past 4 hours. That Zcash is one of the few assets that's actually pumping in this market, and its monthly RSI is off the charts, over 90. So I tried searching that tweet verbatim. I can't wait to retweet this when Zcash is at 1,500 bucks. If he did delete that tweet and Zcash hits 1,500 bucks, it's going to be hard to retweet that. So at this point, guys, I think you know it's not financial advice. Nobody knows in this market, especially with AI and so much manipulation across the board and a million different Twitter bots, but just wanted to put that on your radar. And the reason why I always talk about monthly RSI or the monthly momentum is because during past cycles, when things get over 70, potentially over 90, like Zcash is today, or even Dash back in 2017, things get crazy. So maybe that's me in denial waiting for an alt season as Bitcoin is crashing well below $100,000, but that's something that I'm always looking at is a variety of assets starting to curl up with that monthly RSI and doing a Zcash with that momentum just flying. Alright, next up, if you guys missed my last video, so we went over this Coinbase public sale, so we have Monad, M-O-N, and this went live this morning for the public sale, and this is going to be ending on November 22nd. So I snagged some this morning. I am hoping that Monad is legitimate. I've looked at their investments, their funding. They've raised a lot. So hopefully this is a legitimate project that can be comparable to Sui and Solana in the years ahead. What's interesting is this is the first project to launch on the Coinbase public sale, or basically like an ICO for US residents. So hopefully it's in their best interest to not just dump on everybody, but we're going to find out. And they're incentivizing people to not dump. I believe you have to hold it for 30 days or something like that so that you basically have a good score for future public sales that Coinbase might do with other tokens, maybe even Base at some point. So that's something I'm interested in. And point being about this project, they have huge backers. A lot of people are paying attention to this project in particular, and we're going to find out if it's legitimate or not. And the reason being is there's a lot of FUD, there's a lot of hype. There are people arguing that this public sale is just liquidity used for those that did the airdrop and got claims to dump on people. And then there's other people that are arguing that this is going to $30 billion or $80 billion in market cap. So we don't really know, but there is a lot of attention on this project in particular since there haven't been too many public sales this year, and this being the first one to launch on Coinbase, I'm paying attention. And I wrote up this blog going over Monad back in September, basically just asking, is Monad a mirage or a monster? So if you guys want to check out this blog, this is linked right in the pinned comment to my Substack, just kind of going over everything. Alright, next up, so we already went over the Palisade acquisition by the company Ripple in the past, and seeing right on Palisade.co, we have the Ripple US dollar and XRP. Let's go over this. We have Ripple teaming up with MasterCard, WebBank, and Gemini to bring stablecoin settlements with the Ripple US dollar to improve fiat payments. The collaboration will leverage Ripple stablecoin on the XRP ledger to enhance how fiat-based payments are processed with the Gemini credit card. And this initiative is designed to enable the Ripple US dollar operating on the XRP ledger to facilitate blockchain-based settlement processes between MasterCard and WebBank, the issuer of the Gemini credit card. This will mark one of the first collaborations where a regulated US bank settles traditional card transactions using a regulated stablecoin on a public blockchain. And by the way, my voice is already gone. Pro tip, don't get a pulmonary embolism. So right here we have a quote from Sherry Haymond, Global Head of Digital Commercialization at MasterCard. So they're just emphasizing right here that they want strong consumer protections, a level playing field, and full regulatory compliance, enabling settlement today while exploring how stablecoins can support future use cases. So this is going to be taking place over the coming months. The partners will conduct initial RLUSD onboarding on the XRP ledger subject to obtaining the required regulatory approvals, and then begin integration planning within existing MasterCard and web bank settlement processes. And I think everybody already knows about this. For the Ripple US dollar being fully regulated, it is a stablecoin backed by the US dollar issued under the New York Department of Financial Services Trust Company Charter. We can see right there over $1 billion in circulation. Now just thinking about all of this, what does this news actually mean? So we have a bunch of things going on. I believe that Ripple over the past 2 or 3 years has spent $4 billion acquiring a variety of companies, and they also are doing that $500 million raise, valuing the company Ripple at $40 billion. We have things like Ripple Prime and Ripple Custody, so they are trying to position the company Ripple to consolidate institutional crypto services. So all of this can increase enterprise demand for the XRP ledger and other XRPL assets, especially the stablecoin. Now thinking about this news right here, using the Ripple US dollar to enhance how fiat-based payments are processed with the Gemini credit card. So for the coming months, if this goes to production and is successful, could this become a new, major public blockchain stablecoin use case for the Ripple US dollar on the XRP ledger? In use cases like these, when they are successful, that can be the push, so to speak, to motivate other issuers and networks to follow behind. So all of this accelerates real-world payments. I also saw this shared by XRP Crypto Wolf. We have Cointelegraph and Status. So we have the XRP ETF filings with the SEC. So we have a number of issuers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Now I'm not sure that all of these are considered true spot XRP ETFs. These are just ETF filings in general. But what's interesting is we can see the AUM listed below. So like I shared in the previous video, we're not necessarily interested in the Rex Osprey XRP ETF. We are interested in 100% spot XRP ETFs. Because those ETFs are what actually drive demand for the shares, and then they have to go into the open market and buy XRP, the underlying asset. So looking at Canary Capital, this one is live, 200 million AUM. Now when we look at the bigger players, the heavy hitters, we can see Bitwise, 5 billion, Wisdom Tree, 113 billion, ProShares, 70 billion. I mean, we can see dozens of billions of dollars. So just like Crypto Wolf says, only one XRP ETF was launched the other day, on the 13th. Imagine what's going to happen when all other 10 XRP ETFs launch. Now, launches are important, but just look back at history. Look at Ethereum and Bitcoin spot ETFs. It took a little while to get that momentum, but we want all of these to launch. We have shared by iTrustCapital. Remember, this is linked right in the top of the YouTube video description and right at the top of my link tree for anybody interested in creating a Roth IRA for tax-free growth or a premium custody account. So we have a crypto ETF versus real crypto, the actual digital asset, the underlying asset of these ETFs. What I like about iTrustCapital is you are owning the actual digital asset. You can trade 24/7, not just through Monday through Friday with limited trading hours. You have full ownership of the actual crypto. You're not owning shares, and there are no management fees whatsoever. So I know you guys hear me always rooting for spot ETFs for a variety of digital assets out there. I'm not interested in buying spot ETFs. I don't want to own shares. I'd rather own the actual digital asset, but I'm still rooting for them because there are trillions of dollars in traditional finance. And that's the big value add of owning the actual digital asset on iTrustCapital. And if you guys missed it, we did have XTC. Let me do a control find. We have XTC officially available. And whenever you're ready to get started, I have this linked right in the top of the YouTube video description for a $100 funding bonus. And a few days ago, we got news from CoinDesk related to JP Morgan rolling out the JPM coin, the stablecoin, leveraging Coinbase's base. We have right here what to know. JP Morgan Chase has launched JPM Coin, a digital deposit token for institutional clients, marking a significant move into digital assets. The token enables near instantaneous transfers, leveraging Coinbase's blockchain base. Unlike stablecoins, deposit tokens are digital claims on existing bank funds and can be interest-bearing, offering a new option for institutional investors. So I know all of this has taken longer than we thought, but we are seeing this happen in front of our eyes. Stablecoins, even the Ripple US dollar with the Gemini credit card being used for settlements. We have some of the biggest banks. You have JP Morgan, you have Citi. These large banks are all looking at stablecoin use cases, digital asset use cases, and what's most important is getting regulatory clarity. The Genius Act was a big win, and that is really going to set the tone over these next 5 years. But there are about a million other considerations considering that technology moves so fast. We have shared by Cointelegraph, a new Senate bill could unlock real clarity for markets. It aims to finally define which crypto assets are securities versus commodities and who regulates them, the SEC for securities and the CFTC for commodities. So for the SEC, we have stocks and bonds. So the stock market or global equity market is well over 100 trillion. We have bonds, that's also over 100 trillion. And then we have a variety of securities-based digital assets. And under the CFTC, we have, just think commodities, gold, oil, different products. We have derivatives, futures, swaps, any commodity-based digital asset. We have to understand that the SEC, a regulatory body, is still basing their regulation on digital assets from laws that are over 70 years ago. That's madness. Their laws were written before the internet was even a thing. I think it's time to update that and basically decide who regulates what. And I know everybody agrees this is so extremely important. Like I said, we have the Genius Act for stablecoins, but there are so many other things on the horizon for RWAs and yield-bearing products. So anyways, I could rant about this forever, but we're going to keep tabs on different regulatory updates. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Apologies if it's echoey in the office. I'm kind of cleaning it out and emptying it as best I can. And voice is still somewhat gone. So thank you so much for those that are still here. Big thank you to those that hit the like button, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button and let me know your thoughts down below. You can find all links to my crypto resources, including tools for charting, trading bots, wallets, portfolio trackers, and exclusive discounts right in my link tree in the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.